It's your race. That's indeed short. Out comes the green and racing in the 1983 Australian Sprintcar Grand Prix. Early race leader of the US 21 car is Rick Under starting off pole, but already the action centre, the Victorian. Dumsey getting hooked up with Danny Smith, but Smith continues on. Dumsey looking to rejoin further back in the pack, but starting from position 1, the American Unger, the US 21 car streaking away. Rob Worthington in second and Gary Rush in the Australian 1 car running third. Off the circuit goes Sid Moore in car 95, bringing out the amber caution lights with about 2 laps completed. Okay, amber caution lights being brought into play now. It looks like Sid Moore in the 95 car, I think, was the man who bounced out of the pack, left straddle sideways across the circuit on the exit from turn 2. Sid Moore in the 95 car, the early race leader, drawing pole position from his point score. In the inverted 10 in car number 21 is Rick Unger. Unger from Memphis, Tennessee, racing from pole, taking over the lead. Rod Worthington quick to jump into second from Greenacre from right here in Sydney, and Gary Rush from Pitttown, Australia number 1, 5 times champion of Australia, third at the time of the stoppage. So the officials will now reallocate the starting order for the recommencement of racing. From the 25 lap program journey, 24 left remaining. So 1 official lap completed on the boards and 24 left remaining, with Rick Unger from the United States holding down pole positions. Sid Moore in the 95 car now being attended to by the recovery unit over on the back section, and Moore getting set to be fired up once again to rejoin the field. Plenty of backmark action to come your way yet, with George Tatnall still well back in the pack. Dark horse for the event would certainly be the Victorian Max Dunsby and the Victorian number 5 car. Also in the pack from Western Australia is Billy Sutherland in car number 23. Forming up once again, nose to tail in preparation for the recommencement of racing, but of course the yellow flag still on display, accompanied by the amber caution lights, and it will take possibly a lap or 2. Donny Fortune has the very difficult task trackside and lining the field up once again in their allocated starting order. Indian file, nose to tail, with Unger to lead away. Plenty of room for the chargers to come through yet, but it's a long haul for the back markers. Okay, picking up the pace off turn 4, Donny Fortune gives the nod, and out comes the green again. Unger skips away with Ross Bolt in second, Rob Worthington diving through in third, Gary Rush is in fourth as they run down the back section. Picking up a wheel on the inside was Jackie Hewitt, and also quick to move was Timmy Green in the USA number 20 car. Oh, up and over a monumental one, and it looks like the 17 car of Trevor Shields picking up a run down on midway between turns 3 and 4, and the former New Zealand competitor Trevor Shields up and over sideways and then end for end to finally come to rest on turn 4, right side up, with a crushed airfoil wing configuration on top of the race car, as you can see, and quickly into operation of the Parramatta City Raceway crash crew. Good news is that Trevor Shields at this stage seems to be quite okay. A little shaken, of course, after such a heavy one down there on turn 4. Out comes that green hand, racing again now as Rick Unger kicks away and Rob Worthington makes the sprint, heading out of turn 2, but Ross Bolt hanging on in the American in car number 20, Timmy Green right up off the deck, and also going out with Danny Smith, who rejoins the race, and Timmy Green takes the car back to the pit enclosure and is out of the race on the Quiers flying at Parramatta. Meanwhile, Rick Unger going further and further away as Rob Worthington attempts to hold him in. Jackie Hewitt is taking over third running. Gary Rush still sitting in position 4. Ross Bolt the next one through. Track champion Bob Blackmore on the inside. Then comes Kev Worthington, Dennis Barr. Further back to Rob Rutley. from United States. Terry Becker in the 55 car and Stan Wallace. George Tatnall now takes the windfall number 5 car out of the race. Tatnall is up. Meanwhile, race leader Rick Unger hightails it off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. In fourth place now moving in to take over second running. There's Jackie Hewitt, so the Americans running 1 and 2 and Gary Rush is third. Again off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Still no change with the Americans. Unger and Hewitt running 1 and 2. Rush in third and hiking the wheel. Also picking a wheel right up in the air was Hewitt. Best of the rest is Rob Worthington in the 98 car and back then to Bob Blacklaw. Right up in the air goes Hewitt now as he moves into lap the tail enders. Hewitt in second, Unger the leader. Clocking 14.49 seconds. 14.49 for Gary Rush. Moves right onto the tail of Hewitt now. But already Rick Unger well and truly through the tail enders. Still a long haul in front of him. And around goes Gary Rush on the outside of Hewitt. Gary Rush on the outside, but Hewitt fights back. Rick Unger still calling the shots, but Gary Rush in full chase of Jack Hewitt. Rush tires on the inside, onto the main straightaway. There's the keep low flag for the down cars. Incredible racing at PCR, Sprintcar City, Parramatta City Raceway, and this is the running of the 1983 Australian Sprintcar Grand Prix. Hewitt now moving right onto the tail of Unger, and Gary Rush fighting his way through from the back. Still holding down third, and the charge still coming from the back from Rob Worthington in the 98 car, holding a very solid fourth in advance of Blackwell in the Barclays car. Also making a charge further back in the pack is the American Gambler driver Danny Smith, up to position 6 onto the main straightaway now. Still no change in a 1, 2 and 3 readout. Rick Unger of America leading from US touring partner Jack Hewitt, and Australia's #1 driver Gary Rush holding down third. Clear the traffic now with the leading 3 drivers as they move onto the main straightaway in this tortuous 25-lap journey. Danny Smith gets by on the inside of Blacklaw to take over fourth running. Blacklaw in position 5. Australian champion Gary Rush is out of the race with 10 laps left remaining. On the inside is Hewitt now, and Blacklaw also are fighting further back in the pack. Rick Unger still the leader, Jackie Hewitt in second, and a gap further back to Rob Worthington, who's losing the front airfoil in the 98 car, holding down third. Denny Smith is fourth, and Bob Blacklaw in position 5. From Memphis, Tennessee. Well clear now from Jackie Hewitt in the USA #6 car. Still no change. The Americans running 1 and 2. Plenty of action. Further back in the pack is the Victorian Rick Dumsney. Tries to fight his way through the pack. Blackwell back in position 5, but now the challenge coming through from Danny Smith, challenging the Australian in third place with 5 laps only left remaining. And holding down that third place is Rob Worthington. Through goes the American on the inside, but Worthington fights back, running off the high banks on turn 2. But Danny Smith takes over third, and now the Americans are running 1, 2 and 3. And that's Unger, Hewitt and Smith as the laps dwindle away in this Australian Grand Prix of 1983 at Parramatta City Raceway, Sprintcar City, turning on the action. Left remaining now as the official starter. Arthur Cowan moves in with a white flag at the ready. As Rick Unger sweeps off turn 4 onto the main straightaway in the USA #21 car. Jack Hewitt has made up a lot of ground, but look at the charge coming through from Denny Smith with about a lap and a half left to trouble now, and Smith is making a great bid for second running. Locked inside now are the Americans, only about 10 lengths separating the three of them now. With a white flag out and half a lap left of trouble for Rick Unger in car number 21. Ewan in USA number 6, and Denny Smith in the 18 car, and the Americans make a clean sweep at the black and white. Rick Unger first. Jackie Hewitt second, and Denny Smith in for third. Fastest fourth, and the first of the Australians home was Rod Worthington. Ladies and gentlemen, making his first appearance at the Parramatta City Raceway and picking up the Grand Prix of Australia from Memphis, Tennessee, would you welcome to PCR Sprintcar City, Mr. Rick Unger. Rick, congratulations, magnificent trophy to take home the United States of America as winner of the 1983 Australian Grand Prix. Also to go in your hands, a gift pack from Barsley, the All-Australian system. Congratulations, Rick Unger from the United States.
Thank you very much. It was a long time coming.
How's the track feel, Rick?
We finally found a racetrack in Australia, is all I can say. We've been looking for a month now, and this is the place right here. It's a beautiful racetrack.
How did it feel starting off pole position and knowing you had one of the hottest fields in Australia right behind you?
Well, I just thought I'd go fast and turn left and see what happened.
Keep a clean set of goggles.
Just try to, yeah.
Rick, it's been great having you at the Parramatta City Raceway, and by gee, we hope it's the first visit of many to come.
I hope so too. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick Unger. Running up in second place for the Americans, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PCR, Jackie the Jet Hewitt from Troy, Ohio. Jackie, congratulations. Beautiful trophy to take over the United States, and it's great having you back at PCR.
Thank you. All I'd like to do, I'd like to thank Bob Trossel, Hoosier Tire, Valvoline Oil, and Sid Hopping for getting it together this year. We got to come here and race. I got to compliment the Parramatta Race Club. Without them guys, we had a little discrepancy earlier. They worked it out. And they always talk about them, not bad-mouthing Bill Sutherland, but they say how bad they are on the West Coast, and nobody from over here can go over there and race. Before you can learn how to go race in WA, you got to learn how to cry. If they want to come over here and race, they better come to Parramatta. This is the only racetrack in Australia.
How about a first for Jackie Hewitt? High times out at the PCR action track, driving all the way without the aid of power steering. A very tired race driver and one of Parramatta's favourites. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Denny Smith. Denny, nice trophy to take over the United States. More to put on the shelf back at the US. You'll have to strengthen that shelf up. Your fabulous Bars Leagues products. And Denny, what can we say? In for third tonight, a hard drive.
Yeah, I got messed up on the start and went way back, and the guys got about 3/4 of the lap lead. And once I got going, I could run wide open, run probably 8 laps wide open. They were lifted. And it was a case of the fastest car on the track didn't get to win tonight, but, you know, we'll take third.
Certainly will. Denny, Denny, I hope all the bureaucracy settles down next year, because you're one mighty fine race driver, along with all the American race drivers we here at Parramatta City Raceway, because we only like to have the best, and we sincerely hope that we see Denny Smith back at Parramatta and back in Australia once again.
Yeah, like Jack and Rick Unger said, this is by far the best racetrack in Australia, and I think they got the most enthused fans here. And you know, I've raced here 5 times, and I just love to race here. You can really race hard.
Congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for Denny Smith? Folks, we got a presentation for 4th place in the Grand Prix. And as it worked out, he was the first Australian home. There's the sash going on. How about putting your hands together for one of Parramatta's favourites, the Professor Rod Worthington. Good on you, Werther. Top drive, old son.
Thanks a lot. I really enjoyed it out there tonight. A few laps from home, running out of goggles, I was on my specs and made it a bit tough, but other than that, I'd like to thank Dave Stevens and all the boys for doing the work on the car all the time. And Bird, Small Goods, of course, for helping us out again, and for the trophies and all. Thanks very much.
And don't you go away, Rob, because we're going to hand over to Clary Lynn, who's got a very special presentation for the first Australian home. And of course, it was Rob Worthington. Clary, if you'd make it on behalf of Bailey and McBride.
Yeah, the first thing I'd like to say, I'd like the crowd to put their hands together for a tremendous race. Come on! It was a tremendous race, wasn't it? Okay, Rod, on behalf of Bailey and McBride, here's a voucher for a carpet for the value of $150. Call down to the next week and pick it up. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thanks indeed, Rob. Thanks to Clary. Thanks to the guys from Bailey McBride. And also bottles of bubbly, courtesy of Bailey McBride, going out to the 1, 2 and 3 place getters.